I knew you had talent. Okay. Welcome to our team meeting. A lot of us are back from Las Vegas, which was very Vegas-y. We all had a great, fantastic time. We got to hear Mr. Tom Curtin speak on a panel. He was wonderful. Several of our leaders spoke at different times throughout the conference. It was a great meeting. Can we put my cursor up here? Do that.
We're not reading, we're trying.
We're not.
We're lovely.
I'm gonna need some more Raven. I had to say it. All right, we're gonna go through some gratitudes. I, for one, am grateful for pizza, always. Who else is grateful for something today? Mr. Kwan.
I said, we ready for pizza.
Who are you grateful for?
Pizza. I would say pizza.
Oh, I stole it from you? I cannot apologize enough. But you should always have a second option, right? Okay, let's go.
Or my dad coming in from Korea.
I think we'll forget it as well. And the whole family is there now, so everybody give Quan a little grace, because his whole family's in town. Yes, ma'am, let's hear it.
I'm new, Yvette Williams. And I am grateful to be able to team up with my son.
He is. That's a power team right there, everybody. That's an honest to goodness power team right there. Anybody else grateful?
No, you know me, I'm grateful besides for
Susan.
you
It's
and having
Susan.
fun.
Yeah.
But no, I'm grateful for, and I don't think I see it, Charlotte and Joyce Lynn, who covered open houses for me while I was in Las
Lovely.
Vegas learning.
Love.
For one of my listings, of course, went live the day before I had.
Of course, it always happens like that. So.
Can I say something? This is Charlotte.
Always grateful for
Hi,
you.
Susan. Thank you so much for letting me do the open house for you. I appreciate that.
Who's talking?
Somebody.
This is Charlotte.
I'm grateful for Amy Peters putting great leadership in our office. I'm just so thankful we have you. I'm thankful we still have Robin sometimes,
Yes, we
but
do.
I'm glad you're here.
Thank you, and I'm extremely grateful to be here with you and all of you, so thank you for that. Thank you. She gets two,
I'm dead.
she gets two pieces. Yes, sir. Yeah.
So out of family reunion, well, let me ask a question. Who here has been impacted by Lucy Senna in this office? I've been helping her. So I am so grateful for her. And as is the region, we learned at family reunion that she was awarded the tech trainer of the year in the Southeast region. I saw her this morning in chat north with teaming, but if we could celebrate and text her, I'm sure she would greatly appreciate the congratulations. So thank you all.
Blow her up.
Thank you for that. They had an awards banquet, they called her up, she wasn't there, but I think Aubrey went up and got it from her. It was a lovely award. So if you guys see her, thank you for that, Sam.
Yeah.
Charlotte online. Yes, Charlotte online. What are you?
I was just trying to say thank you to Susan.
Oh.
She let me do her open house while she was in Vegas,
I
and
love
I
that.
had a good time. I opened it 2 times. One with Joyce Lynn,
Absolutely,
we
Miss
had a
Ryan.
great time.
Susan did nothing and yet we are still thankful. This is a lesson to just be thankful for everything, okay? Just even when nothing happens. But I have a feeling that Kathy said she held an open, are you holding an open house for her?
No, she held them for me,
She
and then
held
she's
them for
been
you.
helping me out with some clients. Well,
I love that. I love that. I am glad that we are all in a thankful mood this morning. Thank you for lunch. Brian, if you would like to come up.
There it is.
I got you.
Beautiful. Look how beautiful and hairy I am in that photo.
Wow.
Good morning. I apologize for the late delay on the pizza. So I'm glad we're eating it and loving it now.
We're gonna live.
Gotcha. For those who have not met yet, my name is Brian. I'm with Top Turf. I'm the Director of Business Development. And you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is John Buckley. I'm with the Pest and Termite Division and work with Brian.
I'm here today to let y'all know that we are more than a lawn care company. So when you think Top Turf, the first thing that comes to your mind is lawn care. We're here to come tell you that we are here to work with you, to help you with your closings, to give you termite inspections, to help you get discounted rates for your pest control, WDO letters and whatnot. Do you have the clicker by chance? You might have to borrow that just 1 second. That one right there.
Yeah, I'm not Raven. She's so.
There we go. So why choose Top Turf? Top Turf is a locally owned and operated pest control company. We started by 2 brothers, the Bryan brother, in a storage building practically in 1993 in the Atlanta area. So with that being said, how many locations do we have now?
We have 5, soon to open our 6th in the state of Georgia, strategically around the perimeter. So wherever you have a listing or a sale, or hey, we can cover that for you.
And on top of that, we are in a multi-state. We are in Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, and now Texas. So started in a shed, 2 brothers, grew to be a juggernaut of a company.
And people that worked their way up in the company and they gave them the opportunity for ownership and to go to other states.
Yep.
So we promote from within.
So again, more than a pest control company, I'm more than a lawn company. That's beautiful graphic. Yeah, I did that. Hold on now. Take a photo. This is vital. So whenever I come over to this company, I told them I'd take over the real estate division, but I wanted to take care of my agents. So I've been working in the real estate world for about a decade now. And I know the rates, I know how important the rates are. So I wanted to put them in front of y'all. Termite protection, you can get a damage and retreat warranty starting at $449. So get your bond for $449. Your termite letters, while all of our competitors are going up in price, we're setting our price for y'all for $50 for your termite letters. Flat rate, $50 for a termite letter. For you, you get discounted pest control rates. Your quarterly rate will be $89 per quarter. That is full service pest control, satisfaction guaranteed. If you have any issues whatsoever, we correct them. We make sure that you are happy with our services. Anything you want to add to that?
No.
Beautiful.
Great.
Okay. Next slide, please.
I know that one.
One more, let's go. I want to see you pay attention. All right, trivia time. Which button for me? How much does the termite letter cost?
$50.
$3.99. It's $3.99 from some companies.
How much does a termite letter cost from Top Turf?
Some of our competitors go up to $250 now.
Yeah.
So the prices are going up. We are setting it. I think it's vital that we keep a consistent price for you guys.
Yeah.
That's why I put it.
A lot of companies out there, they're shying away from real estate. They don't want to take on the liability. We're embracing it. We know you all, real estate is the lifeblood for our business.
Absolutely. What is the cost of a service callback? Who said it first? Money for you. Here you go. Thank you so much. All of our services are satisfaction guaranteed. We stand behind our work. We do that for you. We do that for our, for your clients. We want to make sure that everybody is completely satisfied. Here's a fun one. Something I did not talk about. Let's just see how quick y'all are. Termites cause an estimated $1 billion in damage annually per year.
50.
8,
10,
20.
20.
2.
I haven't heard the right answer yet. So
100.
I'm gonna give you a clue. It's between 5 and 7 billion. Who said it first? $6 billion. The reason I point that out is because homeowners insurance does not cover termite damage. That is a preventative maintenance. Take care of your clients, take care of your homes, get a termite warranty, get a bond on your home. $6 billion annually in termite damage. Termite, like I said, homeowners insurance does not cover that. Take care of your clients, let them
Much
know.
more prevalent in the southeastern United States.
Georgia's number 2 when it comes to claims.
Who's number 1?
Who said it first? You. I want my questions. I want to actually get one. Florida. But Georgia's number 2, that's the vital part. Get termite bond. Where and when was Top Turf founded?
Two
Garage.
In
The garage.
a garage.
In a warehouse.
Who said 1993?
In a garage.
The brothers this morning, they're very active. Their offices on either side of my office.
Yes.
They still work, they still answer calls, they are very active. But, yep, y'all got my card, y'all got my information. Gene, wanna add anything before we head out?
No, thank you for giving us the opportunity. Please enjoy the pizza, learning. Hey, gratitude. We're grateful to be here with you all today.
Thank you.
Give me a call if I need anything at all. Okay, I'm here to help.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you. All right, Miss Kathy.
Onward.
Onward. Onward, Kathy.
Morning, good morning, good morning. Hi, everybody.
Kathy.
Is it April yet? Oh, no, it's not. I know, it's almost spring break, right? Did we just have a break?
Yeah.
Like, these schools and their breaks were so confusing. I'm glad I don't have kids anymore.
Vegas was great, wasn't it?
No. So how many people went to Vegas in the room? How many people are still tired? Yeah,
I tell you, I walked 30 miles
yeah.
in those days.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And there were, what did they say, 20,000
20,000
registered?
people, close to 20,000 people, and they're.
And the Home Builders National
Yes.
Convention was there also. So we got to see, yeah, a lot of it.
Yeah.
So
busy.
rates, y'all hanging a little below 7. People can buy them down. They're looking at that. We're having that discussion still. If you buy it down, how long it's gonna take to recoup those discount points? Please watch who they talk to and what they get sold. Because again, if they refinance in 2 years or less, which is what most people will try to do, they're not gonna recoup that money. So just, watch and be informative of just asking the question, well, you got a 6.25 rate, but what's the APR? What's it costing you? If you went up in rate, what's the difference in the principal and interest versus that cost, and do a comparison. We're doing that for people all the time. They're like, why didn't the other lender say that? So because they're selling you that they've got 6.25, they're just not discussing with you intelligently why you might not want to do that. 2-1 buy downs, hearing a little bit about that still, especially with the builders throwing out some money. Builders are all over the board on what they're doing. If you've got a Pulte, their own mortgage company, it's different. But some of the mid builders are saying, look, 25,000 with our lender toward closing out prepaid escrow buy down, or 25,000 with your lender and just reduce the price. And so that comparison, we're doing a lot also. We actually have a builder division, and we're gonna start reaching out and trying to work with some of the local mid to lower volume builders. So if you know anyone that you want to partner with, that you're thinking about partnering with, we're happy to do that. We've got a large builder division. Any questions at all on anything you're hearing out there? Need? Derek will be up, I guess, in a minute. We're, still having those discussions. Do you want to pull money out 401k, sell later, do up equity? We go through the whole scenario with the client on what they might do so that they're not a contingent offer. Any questions?
Any GPAs yet? Down payment assistance?
Oh, yeah, we've got all the down payment assistance. So I've got to send a link out. Sandy Springs and Fulton County has $8,000. It goes by where they live now, not where they're buying. So it looks at their current address. They have to prove their current address, and they could get, a first-time home buyer could get up to $8,000 at closing from us. Non-repayable grant money. There's another first-time home buyer program. It does depend on where they move to and how much income they make, and that's 3. There's another one that's 5. So when we have a client, we look at every, Kathy, right? $25. That's what we used to do, $25. KW Cares. So what we are doing is we're inputting their income, their credit score, where they live, where they're thinking about living, and then we start going through all the down payment assistant help that we can give. But there's about 6 of them now. There's still Gwinnett Stretch out there that we can do. That's a good one for lower income. The Atlanta Housing Authority we're not doing, but I can talk about it. And if they're buying inside city limits of Atlanta, that's still some good money. There's DeKalb, there's Cobb. There's a lot of money out there. There's still Georgia Dream. I don't think many people are doing that because of the rates and, having to build everything in, it doesn't usually work out. But again, when we're doing the consultation for the client, we are looking and thinking through, even if we don't do it, everything they need to consider. And a lot of you agents that work with us know that we're gonna, doctor's loans we don't do, but I've got a referral at Truist I give. Trying to think of anything else.
There's no
Anybody else?
harm in letting her talk to your people. They may be able to do less than they thought, more than they
Yeah,
thought.
We
I
can
think
do
you need an
construction,
idea.
construction perm, rehab. If we don't have it, I have someone that can.
Kathy, what about, like teachers, first responders?
That program I haven't even looked at except for the Georgia Dream connection to that, so I don't even know about that one. Do you have any insight on what it is or what they're getting or?
No,
Okay,
I'm asking you.
I'll research it. I haven't heard anyone ask about it in a while, but yeah, I can research and see what's out there if it still is. And a lot of these, you have to be careful because oh yeah, we're gonna give you so and so and so and so. What rate are you gonna get? Is it really worth it? Because sometimes the rate is so elevated, the money's not worth it.
Thank you.
And everybody's getting tax refunds back, a good time to reach out to people and say, hey, save that money to buy.
Yeah.
Another touch for your database.
Yep.
Thanks, Kath.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. These are some of the collateral that Kathy
Yeah.
sends out. They are wonderful. And don't forget, you can post them straight to your social media. So, and Kelly, there we go. Calm down.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm Kern Schwartz with O'Kelly and Sorahan. Now, as promised, I have brought you the amazing Lauren Yawn. So, a lot of you have worked with Lauren already, but I want you to put a face to a name. So she is doing our pre-closing in Alpharetta. And she is awesome. I haven't told her that. I'm gonna embarrass her. I didn't tell her she had to stand up and all.
No idea.
So she, my closing this morning, they were talking about how great Lauren is. Now Lauren has been with us a little while. She worked in our Duluth office and then she worked for us remotely, but now she's physically in our office, which is awesome. So she's your best friend, okay? If you have questions, right, you're always welcome to email me, right, the legal questions but you have something pressing on a closing, you need to reschedule all that, you're always welcome to tell me, but it's gonna be faster, if you tell Lauren, because I'm not sitting in my email if I'm in a closing, right, and not seeing it. If it's something that, is a question for me, she's gonna come get me, she knows where to find me, she knows where I am, if I'm over here, so she's your go-to. Still, that does not change. For contracts and legal descriptions, we ask that you send it to the Alpha Title Orders inbox, because we can all see that. So if Lauren is on vacation, she's out sick, we will have other pre-closers or we will jump in it and get those questions answered. Once the contract is set, she's your pre-closing contact. Okay. You want to say something, Laura? Fun fact about you? I totally embarrassed you.
I am relatively new to this field, but I have found a passion for it. And keeping to the details is something that I prefer. So the littlest detail does not matter. You can let me know if there's an issue with buyer, seller, anything. And I can help you figure out what the problem is.
Love that.
Yeah, and she's just super nice and fun.
I like to be nice.
Added bonus. We love it. Thank you, Lauren. Here's Laura. Kelly's probably still recovering from Vegas. She was everywhere. I saw her several times and we really appreciated her being there. So if you guys have any home warranty needs, please call Kelly Lucinda. And Tammy Dale, what have you got for us today, Miss Tammy?
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to be back with y'all. First of all, thank you for all the ones that referred to us in February. There were quite a few referrals that we received, so thank you very much. And everyone that tried to refer but had some issues, I appreciate you trying. And just as a reminder, when you do refer somebody to Georgia Natural Gas this year, your rewards are going to be emailed to you. So once you refer and they sign up with your link, once gas is flowing for 7 days, you should receive an email saying your rewards are on the way. And then usually within a day or two after that, then you will receive your rewards. So for every referral, you get $60 Visa gift card. Your client gets $120 in bill credits. And then if you refer 5 or more people in a month, then you get an additional 100. Any questions?
So 60 per person, then an additional 100 if you hit 5.
That's right. Yeah, and you can refer anybody. It doesn't have to be a client. It can be family member, friend, neighbor. You can use it for farming, however you want to do it. I'm sorry. Once you're registered with our program, I can give you once you are registered, it takes like a minute to register. We just have to know your name and that you're with this office. And then you're assigned a link and a referral code. And then you just share your link or post it on social media so people can click on your link.
Post it on social media?
Yes.
Tammy, can you tell me what the customer gets if they sign up again?
They get $120 in bill credit. So they get to choose their plan, whatever plan they want, they choose it, and then it's $120 in bill credits, or they can choose a per third discount, whatever is the best option for them.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's like an angel coming from heaven.
Last week. All right, y'all good?
Thank you, guys.
Dale, all right. And you can see her afterwards. There you go. You want to give us the sign-up sheet. Here's the 120 she spoke about. And up equity, Mr. White. Gonna tell us how to make a cash offer on a home.
Hey, everybody. Derek White, Up Equity, Bob Sell. Gonna talk today about, I think I had a slide, the same thing, there you go. Same thing I talked about 2 weeks ago. Every agent in this office has access to our partner portal that we set up specifically for KW Roswell. That QR code gives you access to that partner portal. I encourage you to go access the portal. The first time you go in, you have to sign up and establish your credentials. But once you're in there, even if you don't have a deal now, go in there, look around. There's marketing materials in there that we have for y'all, a template that you guys can use for your listing presentation package.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
We worked on that. That's a big
We did.
deal. It's gonna be co-branded with them and you can put them in your
Yeah.
listing packet. Sissy, did you have a question for him real quick?
Yeah, so I signed up a long time ago, and I feel like y'all changed some things.
Yeah.
Did we sign up?
Yeah,
Okay.
you will, but you only have to do it one time and the credentials will already be in there. Also in that partner portal, you guys are able to pull instant proposals on your own rather than waiting the 24-hour turnaround time once you request the proposal for us to come back and give you the details of it. So you can, if you're on a listing appointment with an agent or with a client, you can input that information into the system, request a proposal, have it instantly, and be able to give a general idea of what the client would be able to do by using Up Equity. Obviously, we have a team that will talk to the client and give them all the details of it. So anyway, get a chance, go in there, sign up, look around, and always you can call me if you have any questions. Only other thing I wanted to say is 26th of March, 1 o'clock, we are doing a how to buy before you sell class, both in person and on Zoom. So would love to see all of you guys here. So
That
thank
is
you.
important in this market as we are having multiple offers again. So not quite as well as it used to be, but we do have multiple offers again. So yes, ma'am.
Is it just buy before you sell, or do you turn offers? Do you do cash offers?
So it's just buy before you sell. So we will eliminate the home sale contingency. However, Kathy with Onward can underwrite your client up front, and through that, coupled with us, eliminate the need for a finance contingency and an appraisal contingency in some cases. I don't want to speak for Kathy, but with us combined, you essentially can put an offer in with no contingencies. So it's not a cash offer, but it's close to it as you're gonna get.
And you need to understand it a little bit. You need to understand it enough to be able to have them call him and let him
Yeah.
explain it to them more thoroughly, but it is another option that we're able to put on the table. He's providing the marketing material,
Yeah.
you guys. He's providing everything you need, so use it.
Yeah.
Use it, and if you get a little lost, sometimes I get a little lost in this stuff, just say, you know what, I can give you the bare minimal, but I'd like you to call this person, and he can explain it to you, just like we do with our lenders.
That's a great point, Julie. I'm a resource for you guys. I talk to clients every single day and let me explain the program. There's a lot of nuances to it.
And
Let
he's
me
not gonna try
explain
to
it.
sell them.
Yeah,
He's not gonna try to
Yep.
sell them, I promise. But he is going to be able to explain it early so that they will not have any questions. And it really truly is a great program.
thank you.
So thank you, sir. We appreciate you.
When is that class?
That is, yeah,
March
26th at 1 o'clock. I will see you there.
And I do not believe we have anybody from Diane Endeavors here, but our next slide is a product that Diane Endeavors can make for you. If you do not want to do the pop buys, do the lottery ticket, do whatever, Diane Endeavors can help you with it. So that is why this slide is, so we wanna call them, leverage them. All of these, we go over them every week. If you're not using most of these tools, you are working too hard. Period. End of story. And you hear the statistics girl over here, especially chart masters. That would probably be last on my list, but especially chart masters. KW playbooks, I've got them in my office. They are online. Grand welcome. I saw a discussion running around about that this week. Somebody was buying an Airbnb. We have everything you need. So if you're not using it, you are working too hard. Also accessing people like Derek who are giving you free marketing material. Featured events. Where is Miss Fabiola? Did you want to let everybody know Fabiola is teaching a class today from 1 to 2 about the golden letter? Do you want to tell them a little bit or just wave or?
Just come, if you haven't done a goal letter or don't know what it is or how to utilize it, just come and learn a little bit about it, and it's a workshop, so plan to.
Yes, yes. Fabiola teaches a great class, and this is something that we can all use, no matter where we are in our careers, at what level. We're going to be a GAR contract changes class. This is going to be on Wednesday from 10 to 1. It is going to be here. You can register by clicking on the QR code. This will also be sent out to you. A couple of other things coming up. 36 Touch Workshop with Leslie and Andy is going to be March the 12th. Train the Presenter it's a 2-day class. And the first day, they sort of tell you how to be the best presenter that you can be. The second day, you actually get up and present. If any of you want to be coaches, trainers, anything, this is a wonderful class for you to take. It can help you with your listing presentation. It can help you with your buyers. She's tough. She's a tough teacher, but you will learn. So that class is coming up. Strategies for Overcoming Social Media Anxiety by Kaylin Perkins. Do any of us have social media anxiety? Because I see some posts out there, and I'm gonna say y'all aren't anxious. Some wild, not from y'all, but there are some wild posts out there. So if you feel the urge that you need to let loose on social media, this is your girl. So sustainable clothes swap. I heard that last year this was an absolute blast. I didn't get your slide in, so I think it's coming up next. But bring your gently used and clean clothing to swap with others. Gently used and clean clothing to swap with others.
Clean.
Not gonna say it again, because I feel as though you know how important that is, but this is gonna be a blast. And shoes, include shoes too, so. Bold is coming back. Bold is back. We are lucky enough to have Cody Gibson teaching Bold. I don't know if you guys have experienced Cody Gibson before. Has anybody taken a class from Cody? You have?
He's amazing.
Sam? He's amazing. He's dynamic.
Besides Diana Kokoska, who wrote Bold, this would be the second line.
Yeah. I would love to get a great attendance at this. We are trying to do some things in this market center this year. One of them is 4 more in 2024. which means 4 more of everything, 4 more deals in 24, 4 more referrals in 24, 4 more everything. A great way to get yourself going. Hopefully you're already going by this point, but if you need a little
First step.
what baby?
Who's
Yeah.
registered for the first step?
So the way that it works, the first step is free for those of you who are new and do not know about Bold. Everybody join hands with Nicole, who's registered for the first step.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people registered. If you are not registered for the first step, please go and register for the first step. It is free to register for the first step. Even if you only do the first step, you're gonna get a lot out of it. So,
Can you put that slide back up, register?
right there.
So where is it?
This one is going to be, where this one's gonna be out. Oh, I think KW North is sponsoring this one, I believe. So it's probably gonna be somewhere. But Sam will find out for us. It probably may be at the Holiday Inn again, like we had it last time, because that ring seemed to work relatively well.
I know we couldn't get Forsyth Conference Center. They weren't go for the dates. I don't know.
It'll be someplace close. I promise you that. I promise you that. At least it says close enough. But he is truly wonderful, and I would love for us to have a good showing there, so we can show them that we are dedicated to moving our market center. Hey, sweetheart, come on in, moving our market center forward. Miss Alicia Lawson is going to go over the market update with you.
And I promise, I'm going to go slower this time. Because I have time. I was giving
You
time.
fell out last time.
I was going so fast because I'm raised by a police officer, so time is of the essence. It was military, so every time somebody says a certain time, if you're not there 5 minutes before, you're late.
And I
So when
told her
she said
12,
5
so-
minutes, I was like, okay, I got 5 minutes. That's why I was rushing, but
She flew.
I flew. So I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about the market, and I'm also, if you guys do not have these 2 books, especially for you new individual agents, I highly recommend that you secure them in any form of fashion. They are a wealth of information. Anything that I talk to within the market center, normally it comes from one of these 2 books. Okay, so please, if you don't have them, if you want your business to grow, I highly suggest that you purchase them. If not, I think we have some copies around here. So I'm gonna go over this. And you might want to take notes, but because that way you'll retain more information, right? That's a school teacher in me, and no, I was not a school teacher.
She's been in there somewhere. Waiting to get out.
It's a little girl in me, had the doll babies lined up with the teddy bears and all that kind of stuff, right? So, all right, so we're gonna talk a little bit about how do you use this? Anything that I give you is beneficial for your business so that you can grow. So how do you use this particular market stat? The other thing before I continue on is I want to tell you that you can put this into your own spin, your own personality, and use this for your selling points so that when you have your Facebook or your Instagram pages, that you're actually creating this because it makes you the expert of choice, which is what you want to be in order to grow your business. So when I use this, I look at this, and if I'm talking to my buyers, which I did tell you guys before, so I'll just go a little slower this time, right? When I'm talking to my buyers, let me just make sure, one of the things that I always look at is the new listings. Okay? So I always want to look and see, hey, what new listings have come on? Because sometimes we have buyers that are always sitting on the fence. They don't want to make a move. And so if you can look at this and say, hey, there's 191 new listings, we have 183 under contract, it tells you that, and we have 22 pending. So that tells you that there's something going on in the market, there's movement. So when you're talking to your buyers, you can say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, look it, we've got these new listings coming on. We see there's some action. We need to get out there because in one of those books that I'm going to show you, Gary stresses urgency, right? Urgency in order to get your buyers to react, urgency in order to get your sellers to move. So that's one of the key things that you want to talk to when you're dealing with your buyers. Also coming soon, for those of you that are agents, you have access to the information in MLS and FMLS of those properties that are coming soon. You should be looking through there to see if there's anything that's going to resonate with your buyers so that you can help your buyers and preferably establish a contact with that agent, say, hey, I see you got something coming on the market. Is it, when are you having a preview? Is it okay if I take a preview? Because if you get in first, as Julie was saying, we're having multiple offer situations. So the early bird catches the worm, right?
So you wanna get in there as quickly as you can. Price reductions, I always look at as well, because that's one of the things that, like, if there was a house that was out of my buyer's range, it's now may be in my buyer's range. So I wanna make sure that my buyer is aware of that, because I am the agent of choice. So I wanna look at those reduced price properties to make sure that my buyer, if there's one that my buyer likes, then I can bring that to my buyer's attention. Back on the market as well, similar to coming soon, and also price reductions. I'm looking at those properties that are back on the market, because now there could have been something wrong, or maybe the seller's now realizing that they were overpriced, or they've had a change of heart. But I want to talk to those individual agents that have their properties back on the market to find out what happened. Did it fall through? Why did it fall through? Was it price? Was it condition? And if it's something that my buyer's interested in, because I'm doing the best for my buyer, I want to be the first one to have that conversation with that particular agent to say, hey, can I get in to see this? What can we do to make it happen? If you're dealing with your sellers, I look at the month supply. How many months is on the market? It has since gone up, so we know that there's 2.6 months of supply on the market. I look at the median days, because now I have to have that conversation with my seller to say, hey, we've been on the market for a bit of time. We need to either think about a price reduction, or we're going to have to sit a little longer. And also, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, your competition is now increased. So do you want to be on the market for a long time? I don't think so, but let's work through that. And then active and under contract. This is really important because it helps them understand that market is moving, prices are shifting and changing, so they have an opportunity to move with that. But you are the ones that have to give that information to your buyers, to your sellers, because you're the consumer's first impression. You're the educator. And as an agent, I love looking at, I'm a big phone person. I know that's not everybody's doohickey, but that's mine. But also referrals are important. So when I'm looking at the back on the market, I look at the expired, because guess what? Not everybody's hunting for those properties. But this is a great opportunity for you as an agent to tap into those individuals that don't have an agent, or they just decided to get frustrated, which they do. But now you may be able to bring some value to them as well. And then price reductions, we always want to talk about that when we're going into our listing presentations. Yes. So I have a couple more slides. Well, first.
I'm quiet.
They are quiet today.
We're enthralled.
You're enthralled?
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
okay, so these are, I'm not gonna belabor this process, but this is what we're looking at now. So have those conversations that most homes that are listed are selling at 98% of list price. So when you take a listing, if it's overpriced, think about that. You can tell the seller, hey, if we keep it at this price, it's going to sell at 98% of list price. And you do the calculations and then bring that attention to the seller, so that they're
Gone up a little bit, the 98.4.
Average days on market and months of supply we talked about, and the average sale price has gone through the roof, that's 496. So, I love to talk to little staff.
That's good.
Oh, we'll just connect it.
Come on,
There we go. All right, so I'm gonna pull up a couple of stats that, Gary talked about during, family reunion. And if you were here in the office, it will probably be a refresher, but if you weren't, this would be some helpful information. This one right here, number of weeks that most agents and buyers spend with home searching is about 10 weeks. So you'll know, if you have 10 weeks here, what that says to me is that if I take a listing, I have to take it for how many weeks? Okay, at least 10 weeks, right? At least 10 weeks. There we go. Look at class. Hercules. All right. So first step in the buying process, right? And this information is going to be given to you. What I like about this is that most people, when they are looking, most buyers are looking online. to find it, and they're contacting the agent. So we talk about social media, we talk about our presence. This is extremely important because look at the percentage, 41% and 20%. They're contacting a real estate agent and they're also looking online for properties. So you want to make sure your pages are up to par and reflect what you want to sell, whatever it is, what's your value, what's your why. Me and this book are having a problem. Thank you, Sam. Thank you. All right, information sources, so they use in real estate agents 88% of the time. So don't believe the hype when they're talking about the iBuyers taking over, because the iBuyers not taking over, we are taking over, because we're the agents of choice, so you need to remember that. You are important to Gary. I get hyped because I love real estate and I think we are value and I think we add value to everybody that we touch. So you have to feel that way, know that. If you're very good, thank you. Mic drop right there. Okay, so 88%, right? So when they do that, they do. So don't think you're not needed. And then they're also using their tablets, but that's understandable, right? But they need us. That's what I really wanted to point out on this list.
I love that stat also where you can show the for sale by owner, Mr. Seller. Do you really want only a 12% chance of selling?
Right?
Oh,
There
nice,
you go,
Crystal. I like that.
Thank you, student teacher.
I like that.
All right, so what I liked about what Gary said about this was that the buyers expected to be in, how long the buyers are expected to be in the house. Everybody buys a house and they're like, I want my forever home. This is the home gonna stay in forever. And then they're like, hey, I need to move right away. It could be one of the Ds, right? One of the various Ds, death, divorce, diamonds, what's the other one? Diamonds. Paying attention, diploma. Okay, so what I like about this is that they're saying that the average is 15 days, but you want to, 15 years, sorry. But you want to keep touching your buyers continuously, because they're gonna move sooner than that, right? They're definitely gonna. All right.
Can I see? I'll try to work.
Yeah, try, thank you. All right. What buyers want from their agents? Okay, I have to get on the soapbox about this just a little bit. I've been in this industry for 22 years, and one of the things that I always see is that we tend to put them in MLS, and then we wait for them to contact us about the homes that they want. That is not doing our buyers any service, right? So when you see this right here that says, what do the buyers want from their agents? It says, helping find the right home to purchase. So our job is to help them find the right home to purchase. So we have to do our due diligence and search for them, as opposed to them sending us properties. Because we have to show our value, especially now with all of the litigations that have gone on. We really have to show our value even more so now than before. So the only way to do that is to really present homes to the buyers that you think they might like, as opposed to waiting for the buyers to say, hey, can you show me this home?
And if you got them on an automatic search, call them every couple of days and just talk about a home on that automatic search, because that really lets them know that you are watching what you're sending them and that you are interested in what you're sending them. Do not automatic search them and be like, whoop, that's it, never talk to you again. Every couple of days, send them a text. Hey, did you see that one I sent you on such and such? Just to let them know that you're interested. When do you want to go look at it?
Go ahead. And so the most important factors here is their experience, but I love this one, honest and trustworthiness, because this is one of our staples here. We pride ourselves on win-win, we have it up there, integrity, do the right thing. So we want to make sure that we're always adhering to what we stand for here at KW. Again. All right. What am I?
Point it right here. Point there. No, all right.
Oh, all right, this is extremely important. If you are not doing written agreements, you might want to jump on board quickly. We talked about this, Gary mentioned it 10,000 times, that this is going to be extremely important going forward. And as you can see, it says, yes, written arrangements, 41%. So it is extremely important. I know we're gonna have some classes on this. I think Carrie is gonna be teaching a class on this, or we will have classes on this, but you need to be able to have a written document before you take your seller out. So you should have a listing presentation and a buyer's presentation. You should be very professional when you're talking to them. You should not take them out unless you have a buyer's signature signed, because that is how you show your value. I do not take anyone out unless I've gone and said, hey, we need to do a 30-minute presentation. I have a PowerPoint presentation that I do with them. And then by the time we're done, they're like, where do I sign? So your presentation has to be that effective that they're saying, where do I sign? And then once you get them signing, then you take them out, because that protects you as an agent. First of all, you don't want to waste your time driving somebody around and then they decide they don't want to buy, or they give you that dreaded call like, oh, you know what? I just purchased a house with someone else, because you did not educate them on the process or the next steps or anything like that. And definitely have had that experience, right? But your time is money. So make your time valuable, and you are a professional and you are in an agent where you're needed. So make sure that they know that you bring something to the table every time they sit down.
I've got a question.
I'll have an answer.
Can you do that class for us, your buyer presentation?
I guess so.
What was the question?
Can you do that class for the extra buyer presentation? Like, can you do that? She wants to teach it.
She can't,
we'll get her.
We'll talk, yeah, you know what, Crystal, just call me.
All right.
We'll get on it. We'll figure it
Oh,
out.
I thought for everyone, not just me. I thought that would be, fantastic, but thank you
Yeah.
for that answer.
Thank you. I tried, Crystal. Love her. So how you refer to, how buyers found their agents, most of them do referrals. This is really speaking to staying in contact with your database. Your database is your data bank. There's funding in the follow-up. Okay? And, I think I'm doing it backwards. Am I doing it backwards?
Yep. Keep going forward.
Oh, I'm gonna have to practice with this thing.
I got you.
Thank you. You can keep going. I don't know, it's been 1 minute. So we can stop with
This
these.
is your last one, yeah.
This is?
I think so.
Okay, so I want to start with these. There's something that I like to do. Gary talked about there being a recession. And it kind of struck me as odd, because I was like, what recession are we in? There's so many buyers and this, even though we're short supply, but a recession is anything that has a negative impact, a period of temporary economic decline during which trade and industry activities are reduced. So we are in a depression in the real estate industry because we don't have the supply, right? So what I like to do is, when we stress the urgency, this is one of the things that I do with my buyers and my sellers. And it's in the book. If you want to look in the book, it's going to be on page 1. Hold on 1 second. See, I'm going a little bit slower. I've been to page back, 171. So when he does this thing. Right. So here you have the chart, right? And so say this is a buyer. This is my buyer chart. This is what I'm having a conversation with my buyer. And my buyer says, oh, I want to wait for the market to go up. I want to wait. I don't want to buy. So you have this conversation, say, okay, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, Mrs. Buyer, when do you think the market's going to go up? So what I would like for you all to do is let me know. When do you think the market's going to go down, right? Because buyers want to wait. They want the lowest price, right? So you tell me when you think this market is going to go down and I'm going to stop. Anybody, just shout at me.
Stop.
Okay, so we missed the mark. You shouted too much. So when you're having this conversation with your buyers, the reality is that you're never going to be able to time the market when it's going to go down and come back up, right? So you guys told me to stop over here. The market tend to tank right here. So you've already missed the mark. So have those conversations and use the examples that are going to help your buyers understand that the urgency is for them to get out there and start buying now, because everybody thinks they know when the market is, right? But you can do the same thing for your sellers. So you tell me when you think the market is going to go down, go up, yeah, go up. All right, we gotta start down, go up. Anytime. All right. So we stop, you said stop right about here. So we still miss the mark. We'll still miss the mark because again, the market is starting to go up here, right? I went to here, but you told me right about here. So the premise is that if you have these conversations, give them these world examples, then they're able to see it. And you have them take the pen and draw the line down, and you tell them when to stop, or they'll tell you when to stop. Does that make sense to everybody? Yes. Okay. All right, so then my last thing that I wanted to leave you with is this book, so that you have that as well. And I really feel like there's a quote in here that I thought was really good. I remember when Aubrey used to always teach the class, he would always give us like these words of inspiration just to kind of inspire us to go on, right? So I had something that I pulled out from the book. It says, big goals pull us beyond our known potential, push us to live lives bigger than we've imagined. I earnestly believe that gifts you will receive from the kind of approach, far greater than any monetary reward you will achieve. Maybe Oliver Wendell Holmes put it best when he wrote, the greatest thing in the world is not so much where you are, but what direction you are moving. So always keep moving forward. That's all I gotta say.
You slowed down.
I did.
That was great. That was great. These are the slides
Yeah,
that she
you
did
guys
get
know
because she got frustrated with the clicker, y'all. All right, we are now going to talk about family reunion. So who is here on my panel?
Hold on a second. Prepare y'all then come.
Yeah.
All right, panel.
Wait a moment.
What happened to my? Hold on, sorry. Wait a second.
So we've got Kanani, Susan, Ann, and Carrie.
They've got it, Brandon.
Okay.
Something's happening. Oh, it has something to do with moving forward. My goodness. All right, if anybody would like to do interpretive dance or something.
Y'all ready for this? Get down with the sound, house on the ground, freeze when I squeeze, drop to your knees. You must have been out in here to stay, ready to take you around the way, so you're ready for this. Mind your own biz, cause I am back, yeah, the microphone biz. Need to say, cause it's too limited. Ready for this.
Y'all want to know that the family reunion, that's what we did for one morning with Tony Robbins. We went up and down and up and down. You have backup singers that have teachers' names. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm ready for tap. Oh my God, yeah, okay.
Thank you. That was ridiculously wonderful. Okay, I introduced everybody, other than having t-shirts made in Vegas. Tell me about Kanani, do you want to start? Tell me what your biggest takeaway was. This is
I'm
wonderful. Thank you
Yes,
so
I'm
much.
Kanani Briggs on the curtain team, and it was my first time attending family reunion. And so, yeah, it was energetic. You can see the keynote speakers were amazing. Unlimited breakout sessions, opportunities to meet people literally at every turn. Referral partners and just, just a much broader and bigger feel of what Keller Williams is all about and the opportunity that it presents.
Other than Tom's panel discussion, what was your favorite?
Tom's voice.
Tom was slightly amazing, I gotta say.
You wouldn't let them go.
That's fine.
We weren't allowed, we weren't allowed.
So tell us, please share.
I guess the keynotes really were my favorite, just an opportunity to be with Tony Robbins, with Mel Robbins, and then also Gary's vision speech, and just kind of hearing straight from the leadership, what to expect, and that was probably my biggest takeaway. And then just the opportunity to be with people, that was really why I went.
And you noted, what you realize is that there really are people from all over the world that are members of Keller Williams. I heard languages that I couldn't identify.
The number of
and
languages I heard this year was, yeah,
It's always
10
awesome.
times
Yeah.
what in the
It
past.
really was.
To
And
see all
then
the countries that have been added recently is cool.
Yeah. People from all over the world. What about you?
Okay, so my name is Ann. I'm with the Amway Group here in the office. This was my second family reunion. I think that I would invite you to consider going at any point, because when you step into that world, you realize that you're a part of something so much bigger than just, you know, our office or even our group. And you see the impact and the scale that you can take your business to. And then you hear from people that when they get there to speak into our lives, right? They have been tested by Gary Keller, like they have gone through a process, right, of verification. And you're just getting that culture of KW, of contribution and sharing, like people are giving you a blueprint of how they succeeded to, you know, amazing levels. And that is really breathtaking, because I tell you, this is my 24th year in the business, and I started in Remax. And at the time that I started the business, Remax was, you know, you were in an island kind of thing, right? Like you had to just not copy your contract next to somebody else, because people were that kind of mindset. So KW is very different. And I think, you know, the way that they did it, it's done so well to the T's, how it's all organized. So if you ever have an opportunity, I would invite you to consider.
Good to hear. How about you, Miss Carrie?
This was my umpteenth family reunion.
Carrie's a pro.
I actually don't, yeah.
Carrie's a pro.
The first one I went right around my 1-year anniversary of being in the business, and running from breakout to breakout to breakout to breakout, and getting this little tidbit, that little, it was all very small, actionable. Oh, that's how you do that. That's how you do that. Little things. And you know, back then the internet was just starting. So talking about websites and things like that was real exciting for me.
Yes, and I was dating yourself.
It was real exciting. And this year, I was telling somebody, like, I got zero specific, here's what you should say in a listing presentation different to seal the deal kind of thing. I really didn't come back with that much of that, but I came back so inspired and loving KW so much. And my favorite part was how both keynotes talked about movement.
Yes.
And the ability of movement to change your mindset and to change your state of being and your emotion.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. Sorry for the interruption. So that was my favorite part.
That's a really good.
Watching the girl go up on stage and her physicality change from being literally shaky, scared like this.
Give them a brief synopsis of that.
So Mel Robbins was talking about when you're scared or in a state or fearful or angry.
Breathing fast, like all the feels.
Yeah, doing all, yeah, and frozen in that and unable to act. Shaking,
Like visibly.
She came out, she was trying to demonstrate how movement can help with that. So she came out in the audience, she was like, I'm gonna need a volunteer. And of course, all the agents are like.
The high eyes.
She's like, I don't want all you raising your hand. I want the one who's hiding under their chair, shaking already, scared that I'm gonna pick them. So she picks this young lady, and she was just trembling. Her voice was shaking, she had tears in her eyes, and she got to open an envelope, and that part doesn't matter. She ends up taking her by the shoulders and walking her up on stage. And that walk from where she had been sitting up to being on stage, just that movement, she reported a 10 to a 7 of how scared are you. And you could tell just by looking at her body, she wasn't shaking as much, she was relaxing, her energy was like kind of chilling out. And we just kind of watched her go through that live in front of us. It was more about stand up and move where you are than, I mean, yes.
Don't be paralyzed by fear. If you are inactive because of fear, make yourself do something.
If you're staring at the
Take
phone
energy.
to call a for sale by owner and you're like, I don't want to do it, stand up.
Walk around
your office, whatever, and then dial, and your fear level will be taken down a little bit. Absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah, and both of the main speakers talked about.
They both
it.
talked
So
about
there's
that.
gotta be something to it.
Tony talked about it in, the old Tony shtick, but the way she presented it, I thought was super cool.
With his giant teeth, he kept with his got a big teeth guard, and he's losing weight and his teeth are just getting bigger. and stuff.
You're waiting for them to kind of come again, like a Pac-Man.
Never really wanted his teeth are huge. What, and you'll notice it now because I hadn't noticed it until he said something, and then he said something, I was like, oh, damn, that was some big teeth. But he was great, so Miss Susan.
I would agree. Mel was like probably my favorite part of it, but this is my sixth family reunion. I've been with KW for 8.5 years. I go for the people. Like the breakouts are great and they're a bonus.
You were the master of people.
Tell me what, no,
Okay,
he
so-
actually has a reason.
So I have a plan and my coach is sort of making me actually work on it this year. Crazy concept. But my plan is to retire in my cute little cottage in California, drinking wine and having people send me referral checks. Like, doesn't that sound like a good idea for retirement? Tom did a great panel on that, which unfortunately I missed because I had a conflict, but I will find it, or I'll make you give it to me on your own. Which would be great, or maybe you should do it for the whole office. But
Yeah.
So I'm looking at that, but for me, then it's working on my referral partners. And so not only my referral partners, however, here in the US, but I do love our foreign referral partners too. And really fun things. So one of my favorite clients, I can't say the because then I'll get in trouble. But one of my favorite clients, who's actually Rick Beelan's dad. Rick used to be an agent here in the office and we lost him, I think 6 years ago now. To cancer. His cousin was there being wined and dined by everyone from KWRI because he's gonna be opening up the Netherlands region for KW.
Field trip.
Yeah, so it was kind of cool because all of a sudden I get this message from Franz like, hey, look who's with Joe Williams. I'm like, I will find him and you will get a picture of us together. And so I got an opportunity to meet him. He's so cute, very handsome, very tall. And so forth. And I'm like, if you have any questions on anything, like, I'd be happy to come over and teach.
I'm very helpful.
I'll be there in the fall. My daughter's graduating from grad school in the fall in Brussels, so I can, totally make it over that way, hop over. But I do that because I have taught in Ireland. Like, I went to Ireland on vacation. I called up the office and I said, hey, I'm coming on over. I'd love to share something. What do you guys want to hear? And I did a one thing class. But what I love about Mel is piggybacking on what Carrie said about the girl being up there. Mel wrote a great book, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5-second rule. How do you talk it's the way to keep you from not doing that thing you're supposed to be doing. So like that phone call, you have to make and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go run some copies. I'm gonna go clean my floors. I'm gonna go do laundry.
Still
It's like-
working, so it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, it's about thinking about, or getting yourself out of your headspace and then just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, dial the phone. And I have probably utilized that 20 times already since she was there on Wednesday. With people, I had been like, I don't know why not calling, they're friends, but it was just like, some of them were awkward conversations that turned out to be great conversations. Some of them were things I had to do, but I was like, oh, I just don't want to do that. Like it kept getting further down my list. Do we all have that? Does anyone else have that problem?
Yes.
So yeah, and I have been like, as I've been doing my lead gen, instead of sitting in my chair and doodling and writing little things on my Post-its as I'm waiting for people to pick up or get off hold or whatever, I'm standing up and making my calls. Because I'm moving and it does, that movement helps you do everything it does, reflection, your voice, the energy and everything. So get up and move, people. And Julie shirts will be available by limited edition. I can make it happen.
I did not endorse that product.
But no, it's great. And here's something I'm gonna tell all of you, because I know we have a lot of new agents here in the room. can you guys save $200 a month for the next year? Maybe even 300 to have a really fun time. We know family reunions in Las Vegas next year. My total bill, now mind you, I'm in coaching, so my ticket for that is part of my coaching fee that I pay monthly. But like for $3,000, you can be there to gain all of this knowledge, to meet all of these people. And it's a write-off. Yeah, it's training, it's everything. And then when you travel to Ireland, guess what? And teach that class, it's a write-off too. You know, I already have people I'm planning my vacations by. I think I got like 16 new countries in my referral database.
Well, what was your total number of people?
My total number, I had to tally that this morning on my, one of my coaching calls. I think I tallied 96 new referral partners. And it's not just like, give me your card, give me your card. It's like,
Really got to know.
hi, I'm Susan. I'm from Atlanta. How can I help your business? Where are you? Oh, I know people there, or I don't know people there, but I don't have someone there. So I'm really purposeful. I got to meet up with a referral group that I'm part of, and we had lunch, and like every time we saw each other, it's like love, 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 you know, running down the hallways, hug, run. And we were like, all of us are very purposeful in that, because the people, in fact, I got a referral from one of them actually. Also, like Friday when I got home, they're like, hey, by the way, you know how we talked about that? I need you to talk to this person. So I'm gonna help somebody buy a house there that's relocating, which is great. Love to be able to help my friends. Like, who wouldn't want to pay 30% for that business coming in from people that love you and know that you work hard for their clients? It's the best, I think, equation in many ways. So, but start saving that money. Save, whether it's from, you know, X amount of dollars from every closing. Mine was more expensive because I didn't have a roommate. So if you had a roommate, like my hotel bill, I think was $800. So it would have been $400. So do it. Book your flight early once we know the dates. It's not hard to do. And it's totally worth it. And there's so many events going on where you don't have to pay for your meals either. So there's lots of free snacks around. So you can do that. Anyway, other than that, what other questions?
Anybody have any questions for them? Anything you'd like to know?
So I've got a question. How did the energy change when we did what we did?
When,
In the room when we came.
I felt like I was having a heart attack.
The big thing that I got from Tony Robbins is he gave multiple scenarios of where people that he coached changed, like Ronald Reagan, changed the mood.
Oh, that was so
Don't-
cool.
When
Yeah.
you're walking into an event, into a conversation, and that person is a negative person, pulling you down, change it. Stop it, change the subject, get off the phone. You know, if you're in that room and it's controversy starting, don't let them take that from you. Don't let them keep you going down that path. You know, make a joke, change it, say, hey, you know what, let's go do this, or let's change it and stop this, and, you know, just change it, stop it.
And what else were they doing? They were moving.
Yeah. Yeah, you talked
They
about.
moved, and we're all like, okay, this is pretty cool. So
He talked about, Ronald Reagan and Gorbachev
Yeah.
and how they were having during the Cold War, they were having big conversations, right?
Stop it, yeah.
And so forth. And so at some point it got heated and they're like, let's go for a walk. They got up, went for a walk, and they kind of started joking around because they like kind of left the elephant in the room and like, let's get back to being humans trying to figure out this problem.
You got to be side by side.
Yeah.
versus face
Do
to
it,
face.
and
Yeah.
Reagan did it.
Yeah.
And Ronald Reagan just like turns around, turns back around, it's like, oh, we need to do this or that. Let's just go over here and do that. You know, let's go outside and walk out in the freezing snow. I think.
Yeah, it was freezing
It
out.
just change
Change
it up and get it a different feel, a different vibe, a different conversation, and then go back.
Mhm.
And he coached Bill Clinton too, just so we
Yeah.
can all feel good about Tony Robbins. Okay?
Lots of different.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Every president.
He's a lot of fun. And Usher. And Usher. Universal language. Usher. We got Usher in the building. Does anybody else have any questions?
I want to share something.
Yes,
So-
ma'am.
So when I went last year, and this year, I was intentionally pursuing social media to understand the impact or how things are changing, right, for us. And it was pretty clear that the trend continues to go in the same direction, which is people, so I share this, so you take it and just use it, right? Business pages don't work, right? So you can have them as a wonderful, you know, part of how people check you out and build a resume, sort of like digital resume. But if you really want to build a following, you got to do it on your personal page. That's been proven through all the people that are closing, almost $100 million in sales. And some of those people, in between probably 70 to 90% of their business comes from online. They do not make calls. Now, that's not to say, don't, just for those of you that know me. Yeah, that's right. And calls have always been a part of people that build big businesses. I mean, that is, you can see it through all the breakouts, like they started the same way, calling the database, calling the expires, the for sale by owners. There are some people now, especially the newer generation, that have started online. So if you're gonna do it online, you have to really translate the skill set to online. So your personal page, follow-up has to be impeccable. Other than that, you don't convert. Avoid people DMing you in your social media platforms, direct them to your site because you get lost and then the other people get your leads and they come and they sell them to you. And in that way, you can respond to their inquiries. And the other thing, which, I've always shared with you guys before, it's like you have to niche down. Right? Don't be all things to all people. People don't care about that. And approach everything from contribution. If there was a trend on the listing side and the social media side, and even some of the buyers, it is a conversion to education. That was the thing. And be very strategic about understanding, invest some time understanding how Google works. Remember, Google and YouTube, but the same search engine, there are changes that are happening. So you can capitalize on your traffic, on the words that they're saying, and then you can speak back to what the consumer wants. The consumer wants what the consumer wants. They're not interested in how many years in real estate we've been. They're not looking for that. So, but they want to see you, like you, trust you, and feel that you are coming from contribution. That was across. What can you do? Yes, what can you do differently? Don't be the same. Don't worry about looking perfect, which is a challenge for me. I confess, I want to look my best, but they said, no, it's better to post and not be perfect than not to post at all. Be authentic.
Brand who your target audience is. Know your target audience, know what you're branding. If you've got a certain look and a certain brand, who is that gonna relate to?
And you wanna get into command and you wanna look through designs.
Yes.
That's where the social media is.
Yeah.
For those of you who have not done that yet, when you get in there, you're like, oh, here's the social media I should have been posting.
And it's all right
there, or you look at the flyers, it's all there. So thank you, lady.
Yeah.
For everything.
Nobody even until we get a picture with all of us again.
Oh, goodness. Okay. I'm sorry, guys.
Real photo op.
Opportunity time.
Did they tell you who came up with this idea? Did he even tell you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Somehow he managed not to be here in his Julie shirt.
He has one.
Does he? Oh, no, don't
Oh,
tell me
he
that.
does.
The Julie shirt.
He has a Julie shirt.
Thank you. As long as it's a shirt and no other part of clothing. Thank you, ladies. You don't know how much that means a ton to me. It really does. I made my day. In your slide deck, you're gonna get the vision speech link and you're also gonna get the slide deck. Inspiration for your week. Change starts with mastering your thoughts. Mindset. We all know this. If you don't control what you think, you can't control what you do. Truer words have never been spoken. So let's all try to be kinder to ourselves. I mean, I talk to myself sometimes the way I would never talk to anybody else. So, pay attention to the do not call list, the ABAD, all the boring things we've got in there. I don't know how this ended up at the end, but that is the end of it. Isn't that a great thing to end on? Compliance. We do have Roxy's gonna come up and tell us about some wonderful things that are happening with KW Cares. So, and she gave me some information and I did not give them a slide, which is cool.
That's okay.
So I'm Roxy Hernandez, and our committee is the Roswell Cares Committee, Marinelli and Donna McClure. And we are spearheading that. Want to invite everybody to come to an ALC meeting.
everyone in this market center is allowed to come into our ALC meetings, which stands for Agent Leadership Council, the top 20% of the agents. And we just need to know if you're coming in advance, so I can make sure everybody's on good behavior. But everybody is welcome. So our next ALC meeting is coming up on March 14th from 12:30 to 2. So if you're interested in attending, you can email me at roxie@kw.com. roxie@kw.com. We will have some flyers printed up of all the different events that we're working on for this year, just so you can put in your calendar. Some of the different things we have coming up. We are still recruiting for our committee. We're the committee that cares about the agents and staff in the office and cares about our community. So we are still recruiting agents. If you're interested, feel free to email me as well, roxie@kw.com. But we have a breakfast coming up on March 23rd for Family Promise, where we're going to go into someone's house and actually serve breakfast that is going through a tough time in their life. Reach out to Marinelli if you have any questions on that. In April, we're going to be collecting backpacks and the supplies that we can put together on Red Day. So if everybody will write down May 9th.
And I'll send something out too, since I messed up the slides, I'll send out all these dates to you.
May 9th. This is a holiday for all of us because around the world, Keller Williams office is closed and we go out in the community and we do service projects. So this year, confirm, we're going to be doing some exterior work and the playground for Homestretch. And then also doing some backpacks for North Bolton Community Charities, and then possibly one other as well. So we'll have more information, but we're gonna get together at the office. We have a breakfast sponsor, a lunch sponsor, and we go out in the community. So day off, May 9th.
It's a great day too. It is, it's a wonderful day.
But we'll have everything on here. I did want to invite Donna McClure to come up if you wanted to, and Marinelli to talk about our campaign.
Yeah.
I can find that. Yeah.
So you've seen the hearts that Marinelli put up out in the hallway. So everybody in here needs a heart. So to get your heart, you pledge $24 for each closing to go to KW Cares, KW Roswell Cares.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, and that money will be taken out of your closing, like she said, it'll be done automatically as long as we have your permission to do that by signing up. And that money is to help agents right here in the office that really need it. They're going through a really tough time. So it stays right here.
So KW Cares gives grants to people who are experiencing really hard times for not only yourself, but for family members who might be experiencing a hard time. And the first question they ask us is, what have y'all done to help the family members already before we step in? So the KW Cares for Roswell is to help us meet that need so that we can always answer to KW Cares that we have done our part. So we appreciate all of you. It doesn't sound like a lot of money, but together we can all put together a great KW Cares. Yeah.
Just want to let you guys know, she said family. I do know of a colleague out of Swanee Paddocks whose family during the last storm in New Orleans, whatever, I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
But that family was infected, so it wasn't her per se, but KW there went in and took care of her family. So always remember, it's not just you, it's your family, immediate family, someone is affected by some kind of devastation.
So sign up, get your heart in the hallway.
Yes.
So our goal is to have 200 agents that are signed up.
Thanks, Roxy.
To hit our financial goal.
How many
Yeah.
do we have so far? Do you have a count?
You signed up 32 last
signed
week.
up-
It was like, we're in the 30s right now, so.
Yeah.
So go ahead and don't even think about it.
Right.
Just sign your
Sign
name.
your name.
Let's
And
do
then if you
it.
have questions later, I
You
can
might
answer
need
it.
it. It's more than a Starbucks coffee and a
I know,
sandwich.
it's nothing, you won't miss it.
It's good. It's all
Does
good.
anybody have any questions?
No?
Anything else? Fabiola is pulling up a video that she wants
All
us
right.
to watch, and then we will be done. Thank you guys. We appreciate, thank you, Roxy. And I'll send out those dates to you guys. I'll get those together for you. And they wanted to show you
It's that video that.
Fabiola had the video of the woman walking up to the stage. Yeah. So give us 1 second and we'll get that and then we'll be out. And if anybody has appointments or anything or needs to leave, please don't. Can you wrap it up on that? All right. Well, thank you guys for the Julie explosion. This whole week, I made my whole month. Julie, so for Julie. Oh my gosh, there would be no ordering of shirts. 25 your truck. All right, here comes your video. Okay. I'm gonna get right my phone. Good to see you guys. If you need anything, everybody's got my card, you've got my number, call me day or night, I'm available, if I can't fix it for you, we can get you somebody who can. Thank you. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you.
We're trying to share sound.
There's a checkbox to share sound. Alicia?
Yeah.
You're in charge.
While they're doing that, the other thing I forgot to share with you, so if you guys have never listened to Mel Robbins' podcast, first of all, she's a rock star and you like one of your BFFs. She's really fantastic. I listened to one the other day, it was February 26th is the day she released it. How to achieve your most ambitious goals. And it was really powerful to the point where I'm making my children and my husband listen to it. If they want to go on vacation at all this year, they have to report back in and give me notes. Because it was very impactful on planting a seed, growing and inspiration. You guys need to listen to it. It's fantastic.
Where is it?
It's Mel Robbins' podcast.
Yeah, but which?
It was for February 26th, was when it was released, how to achieve your most ambitious goals. And she talked about the young lady, Victoria Monet.
Marisol or Maribel, it's Marisol. Marisol. Zero. Really? I was planning on walking around more, but you might be great. So could you stand up? I was gonna go way back. Now that you say no, stand up. I don't know if we're gonna pick you. Grab your phone in case we need it. Come with me. Okay, come on. All right, let's get into a light so we can put you up on the cameras. Okay.
She's so good.
Marisol.
Maritel?
No, Marisol. Oh, Marisol. Marisol or Maribel, it's Marisol. Marisol. Zero, is my breath bad? I'm worried about it. I just can't breathe. But she can't breathe, this is perfect. Perfect, okay. Do you want to stare at this camera? Is that the best one? Okay, great. Oh, you don't. So, I hate the camera. Okay, good. So you are shaking. Yes. Okay. 0 to 10, how nervous are you? Oh my God, a lot. 10 plus. No, you nailed it. Okay. What is happening in your body right now? I don't know. And I'm also a nurse, so this is pretty bad. Really good. Yes, I can see this over the top, probably. Okay, she's sweating. Yeah, And she's my hands shaking. are real wet. Okay. I'm shaking. My nervous system is through the roof right now. Yes. Okay, great. Great. You did good. Thank you. You're really good at this. Can you guys turn off this mic? Am I standing in an okay place? Because I know you're getting feedback. Are we good? Everybody? Okay. So, is this gonna go viral? Okay. I feel bad that the mic is... Okay. Okay. Why don't I stand like this? Okay. Now, in life, Marisol, You are really shaking. You always get a choice. Do you want to open the first envelope?
She's really shaking.
Shit. You are going on stage with Mel. Okay, come on. Come on. Give her a round of applause. Get on your feet. Get on your feet. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Good job. Okay, here we go. All right. All right. Okay. So here we go. Advance that so I'm okay. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. I want you to just take this all in. Okay, give her a round of applause. You can hide right in my armpit. It's okay. Right now, I put on one of the strands of deodorant. Thank you. It just smells great. Okay. Guys, there you are. 0 out of 10. How nervous are you? Maybe like 7 now. Oh, I'm still shaking. Interesting. The armpit worked. See? 7. It went down. It went down because if you sit in fear, everybody, it gets bigger. Movement, motion, action, lowers fear. Lowers. When you sit with the fear in your thoughts, it expands. When you move through it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you're telling your body you're in control. You actually signal to your nervous system that you're okay. Yeah, the hug worked. Okay, I'll give you another one. I'll give you another one. Okay. So, you always get a choice in life. Would you like to open envelope number 2? Yes. Good. Okay, here she Tell them what it is. Sing to us her favorite song. I'm gonna help you out. Whose birthday is today? Whose birthday? Stand up. Who's your birthday? All right, everybody. Shall we sing happy birthday? Go ahead. Yes. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Charlotte.
It's Mindy's birthday. Mindy, the boy.
0 out of 10, how nervous are you? A 5. A 5, interesting. More action. I'm not shaking as much. Do you see that? She's not even shaking anymore. Here, hold the envelope so I can see you're not even really shaking. Okay. Look at that. You're ready for number 1. Great. Yeah, but hold shit. Oh yeah, number 3. I thought you were here. No pressure. No pressure. No. You, congrats, you won a ticket to Family Reunion 2025. It's a thought. It's a thought. Yes. And then it just produces like a chain reaction and it just gets bigger and bigger. And if you change your mindset real quick, then it starts to settle and it's not so bad.
Right. And what did you learn about action?
You get rewarded.
And
so just do it, right?
Right. How has fear held you back?
It's limiting me from the things that I want to get at times and receiving the rewards that I deserve, that I know that I can attain.
Yes. It's just one action and one decision away.
Yes.
Amazing. Amazing. All right, give her a round of applause. We're going to take a selfie.